Good morning. Spraying weed again. Dad left with the sprayer. He's loaded up for the first half of the first field. I'm loading up enough to finish that field. We don't need a lot here, but we'll get our tender loaded and then emptied. There was still a little bit on it from our last trip to Berkey, so we should have just about the right amount here, and then he can finish spraying on his own. That's all I'm doing today, so maybe. We'll see. I don't know. All right, I believe we have everything that we need. Let's head to the field. This wheat looks really good. This was our very first planted wheat. It's a little bit ahead of everything else. It's getting much taller than the stuff we were looking at yesterday at Berkey. Oh, it looks really good. And this is where we're pushing it to see if, we'll see what we can do kind of thing. It's really wet out here. I should not be walking out here, but I see there's some of these weeds that I wanted to show you. Dad sprayed these with that MCPA like a week ago, just before he took the sprayer to Berkey. And you can see how they're curling up and dying. So this stuff is not a fast kill, but it knocks them down and they will die eventually. But yeah, it's working. So we don't have any in this particular field, but in a lot of our wheat we frost seeded that clover. Remember with the gator, we took that and did the spreader and spread clover seed out in it. That's our cover crop that will start to really take off after we harvest this wheat. Well, that really limits our herbicide options. You can't spray something out there that's going to kill that clover, otherwise that was a total waste of time and money. So that MCPA is it's a very mild herbicide that it'll kill the broadleaves and stuff, but it's safe for the clover, but it's not super effective. Like it works, but very slowly. We have a couple of additives that we're going to put in here. So there's an orange flag way down there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. That's the split where we've done our standard practice versus some added stuff with this Ag Explore company. And so we're doing the same thing here. The first time when we put nitrogen on, the very first shot, we added some of this Contain, which we have been doing on everything. This is the nitrogen stabilizer that keeps it from volatilizing. Probably not as critical this time because it's going to rain tomorrow. But the first time it wasn't calling for rain for a while and it was hot and sunny and you don't want to lose it. We also added a product called Inferno with that, which is a humic acid, fulvic acid product to help with leaf burn from the 28, with just general plant. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's supposed to help. Okay, yeah, all right. Sorry. And then when Dad sprayed the herbicide on here a week ago on just this section from that flag this way, he sprayed added a foliar fertilizer product called Architect from Ag Explore that is something that we tested last year on some corn and saw pretty good results from it, and so we're trying it on the beans here. And then this time, looks like he's got maybe one more round or one more pass to go. We're going to add this product here. It's called Upward. Upward is actually a combination of 3 different products. One of them being the Inferno, the same thing that we put on the first time, that humic acid. It also has some octane in it, which is sugar, and it's got a fertilizer. It's called Prevent NXT. It's supposed to help make fertilizer more plant available. Quite frankly, that's the component that I find to be snake oilish. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know that there's a value in that for us, especially with what we're spraying now. 28 is pretty readily available, or becomes readily available fairly quickly to the plants. Like, I don't know. But I do think there's value in the sugar component and in the humic and fulvic acids and stuff. So, like I said, we're doing a trial here. This is a test. We're not doing this on every acre. We're doing it on a 40-acre block in one field with a side-by-side with the stuff without it. And if at the end of the year when we harvest, that block is significantly better than the block next to it, we'll know that all of the stuff that we added made a difference. I won't know necessarily which individual product made the difference, but that's not what I'm testing. I am testing the program. If I do everything that they want me to do, will it return enough to pay for everything that they want me to do? And it's got to be substantial. A 2 or 3 bushel gain here isn't going to cut it. Like, I want to see 20 in wheat. And if we can do that, well, then it's going to become a little bit more of a standard practice in the future. You know what we should do today? We should go mushroom hunting. We got all kinds of them growing around here. Time to load up. It's always interesting to me. You can see the stages of when we add things in the sight gauge. So the level is up there almost at 1,000, and then it's blue. That's the contain in the 28, and then it turns brown. That's the inferno, or what did we just put in, upward. And then at the bottom it's clear because it's just water going in. But it's mixing in the tank, and just in the sight tube, it's just whatever's coming in the bottom gets kind of stratified in there. All right, he's good. I'm heading back to the farm. Yeah. Good thing the booms go way up high. Next up. Yeah! Good morning. We've got a little stuff happening here this morning. Brock's here. We're gonna get the gator set up for row crop work. Let me show you. So the tires on the gator are not wide enough to go down and straddle 2 rows. You'll run one of them over, or it's very, very tight. So I bought these spacers a few years ago. You basically bolt this onto the hub and then bolt the tire to this, and it spreads them out about 5 inches, 2.5 on each side, and you can get down the rows much easier. So Brock's going to install those for us. I don't know how much different that looks, but he's got the spacers on the back tires. In the fronts, he might be done. Anyway, the other project for Brock today is to get our 7520 cleaned up and serviced. Oil changes and such. This isn't a super high use tractor, so it doesn't see a ton of hours. Did you figure out where we're at since last oil change?
I have not.
It's a little over, or around 250, I think, but it was December of 2020 last time we changed oil in this tractor, so it's time to change it. Let's see how much oil he gets all over here. Nice, he did well. On another note, the other day Phil found this laying in our driveway. Anybody recognize that? It was clearly cracked halfway across for a while, rusted, and then the fresh break from there. That is an exhaust manifold bolt off of our 9R. He showed me this. I'm like, oh, I know where that came from. I went out. Sure enough, we were missing one. Broke. We had one a couple years ago. My Uncle Jack was able to drill it and get it out and we got a new one and put it in, so we'll have to work on that again. It's not a shutting us down condition, but it is definitely something that has to get fixed. So, you good for a while? All right, I've got some errands to run. Oh, I want to walk out. Let's go see if any of our corn's coming up yet. We'll go check that. So yesterday was Sunday. I had intentions of maybe doing some field work or some agronomy stuff yesterday, but it rained. Saturday night into Sunday morning, we had a storm blow through overnight. Lots of lightning and thunder and storm, and it dumped about 6/10 total yesterday. I think we had like 4/10 overnight and a little bit more throughout the day yesterday. So too wet to do anything, and it's going to be muddy out here, but it was warm. Yesterday got up to almost 80, and it was warm overnight. Like, we didn't get really cold. We had most growing degree days of any day of the year yesterday at like almost 18, 17 and a half, I think it said. So you want to see something cool? Check this out. Finally, Finally, we've got emergence. Oh, what a relief. This corn has been in the ground since April 13th, and it is finally coming up and making me feel better. Excellent. Assuming that it's not raining later this afternoon and things dry off just a little bit more. It's not going to dry much today. Cloudy. But we're going to go do a bunch of scouting at some point here and watching stuff come out of the ground. So, yes, that makes me happy. Whew, sigh of relief here. Right there. Right there. There's probably one in the middle. We're not going to get perfect emergence. It's definitely not going to get perfect emergence. There's one. There's one. There's one. You can't have stuff sit under the ground that long and get perfect emergence. But the ground's not crusty. You know, we got soft. Stuff will come up. It'll be fine. We're in good shape. And if it stays wet like it is, we're going to be really happy. The other day I was talking to one of my seed customers, and they said, I hope it doesn't turn out like 2019. I chuckled a little bit, but if you haven't done anything yet, and very justifiably so, when it was cold and you said, no, I'm not going to plant because it's too cold around here, yeah, I'd be a little nervous too. I would be in a lot worse shape right now if we had nothing planted because we had sat and waited than how I feel now, having stuff been in the ground for over 3 weeks and just starting to come up. Yeah, that's not a great feeling. I wish it would have warmed up sooner, but it's coming. Like, I have growing crops versus nothing planted.
Well, got the gator all done. Spaces on the front, it's a little wider. Now it's going to be throwing mud up the side, but yeah, it's a gator. Pumped up the tire. These tires go flat this side here, but working on the tractor now. Putting oil back in it, got the oil filter changed. Need 20.6 quarts. So we're just waiting on that. We're gonna change the fuel filters, air filters, clean out the cab, give it a good spray down, and keep on going. So I think we're done under the hood. I changed the fuel filter, the oil filter, the secondary fuel filter, the oil, primary air filter, secondary air filter. I think we just gotta work on the cab now. It's dirty. Definitely gonna need some vacuuming out, at least. Maybe some wiping down. And then we got a couple air filters that we're gonna change. But then we're gonna give it a quick bath. We'll probably spray it down, probably foam it, just hopefully it gets the heavy stuff off. But Mark wants to use this to get logs down to a farm about, I don't know, 10 miles from here. So make it look presentable, not necessarily show quality, but presentable. Well, this was the cab filter, recirculating filter. It's dirty, but it didn't get changed the last time. So that's dirty. And look at that. That's one of the cab filters. Definitely time to be changed. I bet the other one's the exact same. We're gonna take that out, clean the shroud that it's in right here, get all this junk out, but yeah, definitely time to be changed. 3-4 years, it's time.
All right, so yesterday was Sunday. My wife and I did a little shopping yesterday for trees. I had to go pick them up this morning. So I had to go get the trailer. Didn't want all the leaves to blow off on the way back. And we got 3 different trees. So we're just going to put them in the yard somewhere close to where I think we want them. And then when she gets home tonight, we can place stuff a little better. That's a small little dude, but by gosh, it's heavy. That's the heaviest one of the 3. Spruce. We got a big maple and a dogwood. The spruce is going to go somewhere up in here. We're going to end up with more, but we just wanted to get something started out here. Yeah, that one will be good. They had 2 bigger sizes of those maples. They were quite a bit more expensive, but that one barely fit in the trailer as it was, so I'm back. Turns out Brock doesn't know how to use GoPros. No, really, GoPros are garbage, and it froze on him, and he didn't know how to fix it. So, anyway, he's got a nice, clean tractor here. We got foam on the ground. Is this Andy cleaned?
We used Andy Clean, then we had a little bit of Andy Clean and...
Oh, you mixed it. Oh, you mixed them.
Andy Clean does a good foam. It puts out a good foam.
Yeah, I know. All right. So I think he's about done here. We got to put the forks on. Dad wants to use the forks to get some logs out of a field, or edge of a field. So, good. All right, we're going to find the forks and put them on there. That's our snow pushing bucket. It's too big for really anything else. We'll break stuff on the tractor. So we got to find our forks and figure out where we're going to unhook it. They're probably over there, but I don't know that. Well, I didn't get to show you, but basically you just got to pick these latches up. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they latch, sometimes they don't. Now he gets to try and line up to these, which is, yeah, that thing's going to be in the way, but it'll push around pretty easy. We'll see how he does. It's very difficult to see that tractor. You can't see him very good at all. Your hook's on the top. That half round hook right there. Hook's on right there. Yeah, gonna be a little close. Alright, I gotta help him. Got him. That one side, for whatever reason, never likes to latch very good. I don't know if something's bent a little bit, but if you take the forks and put them straight down in the ground and put pressure on it, it pushes it on there, and now they're latched. So Dad can do what he wants with that. Phil's loading corn over there. The auger's not running and the truck's not full, so I assume he is sweeping the bin out, which means that one's about empty. Alright, so that's ready to go. Brock's gonna clean up there a little bit and go get some lunch. I grabbed something on my way back from picking up my trees. It's wet here. It's much drier to the south. Like, we didn't get the rain at some of our fields that we had here, but they're already planted, so I'm trying to make a plan and figure out what we're gonna do for the week here. It's supposed to be really nice after today. There's more rain supposedly coming today, and then it's going to be nice tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then it's supposed to rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday again. I do not think we are going to dry out enough between now and Thursday to do anything, especially if we get rain today, significant rain today. I'm thinking about pouring some concrete, doing my garage approach. But that's a big project, and if we're going to do it, we got to start working on it now so that it's ready to pour on Thursday so that we can get it done before it's going to rain, or have it ready for like next Monday, Tuesday kind of thing. I don't know, but I'm going to start working on stuff a little bit. I can set two sides of the forms, and we've got the garage there on the third side, so we can start getting some stuff set and figuring out what we're going to need for fill stone and get some bar around. Like, it should go together fairly quickly, actually. So let's see what we can do. I'm out in our barn gathering some supplies. I'm going to use 2x6s for the forms. We had a few, not a lot here. Some of our concrete tools, which, yeah, not great. But we had a bunch of stakes, so I grabbed those. Thought I'd better show you this. Dad's his workshop is on the other side here, so he's finishing up the walls. He's trying to insulate it so it stays warmer over here for him, which is very nice. But when you start using the nice wood on the outside of the workshop in the pig barn, check these ones out. This is all new. I have not shown you guys any of this. Hickory wall, beautiful. Love that. Another one. This is the other side of that wall we were just looking at. He's finishing the bottom, and then he's going to build benches around these two sides here, I think. Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Okay. Here's the goal. Concrete. I'm going to make this way bigger than I should because I'm not capable of handling a big pour like this, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I got it. We'll get it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We have poured a lot of concrete. The issue with this one is the slope, and there's a lot of slope. But I want to pour from that corner across to just past the door there. I'm going to go straight out to where that stake is, to that stake. We're going to pour this area. I would love to do the driveway out to the road. That's going to have to be a separate pour some other time. We also need sidewalk going up to the house. Again, it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon, but we got to do this part first. That's a separate pour. So that's what we're going to try and do, is get this all formed up, and we're going to need a significant amount of stone for fill, I think, and we're going to need some rebar, and we're going to try and pour it. I'm shooting for Thursday morning because there's supposed to be rain on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So if we don't do it Thursday, it's going to have to wait till Monday. And my wife's not going to be happy to not be able to park in her garage for 2 weeks. But it'll be okay. She'll like the concrete. So, yeah, I'm going to start getting stuff. We're going to need some more 2x6s. I found a couple. I don't have as many as I thought I did. That's okay. We'll just go buy some. And Dad probably has some that he has made somewhere, but I'm not using his nice boards for concrete forms. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Yeah, let's do this. I went and got some lumber. Rock's sweeping. Check it out, Jack. It's our new fuel trailer. Somebody asked in the comments how long the hose was on the fuel trailer here. I think I can park on the other side of the field and fuel up with it. Holy cow, we got to be 50 foot? Probably. Yeah, it's long. For those of you that haven't seen this is our Boss fuel trailer that they have allowed me to use for the year. We haven't filled it up yet, but we're going to use it soon. All right, focus. Concrete project. So I'm trying to get this form on the west side here laid out. I'm putting some, I don't know what you call them, boards with a screw in the top so we can run some string lines and get straight lines and elevations a little bit. So from the floor and my doors to the top of this orange stake, we are just over 2 feet of elevation change. And we're about a little over 40 feet from the wall to here, so it's a long distance. I don't think it's terrible. It's a lot of slope. It's more than I would like to see, especially on that side. It's even worse, but it is what it is. It's going to be fine. We're just going to deal with it. So I'm debating how quickly I want to slope off that way, if at all. You know, because obviously I have to be at the floor height for the door there. I could theoretically be down in front of the walk-in door, but I don't know if I want to be. And then, you know, we can start here sloping down a little bit, or we could start there sloping down. I don't know. So we're going to figure this out. I need some help measuring and getting everything square, so Brock's going to help me out here for a minute. Look, this is a corner. This is a corner, and it is very high. Oh boy, we're going to have a lot of fill dirt in here, is what I'm saying, because from the driveway into the garage to the top of that board, we are 2 feet 1 inch of fall, which is 5% over 42 feet, which is how far we are from the wall to that corner. And that is indeed a square corner, because I measured, right, Brock? How do we do it?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Do you know what that's called?
No.
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
It's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. We measured it out. Anyway, so I'm good here. I don't know on that side. We're good where the string is, but we've got to mark off that side yet, and we've got to figure out heights and stuff down there. But my goal was to get this side here, the forms rough set today, and get them in and just kind of high so that we can adjust the height of them later, but at least they're in place. So that's what we're going to work on. We've got a form. We have a side of a form. Look how much fill we're going to need. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a lot. So I ordered a couple of truckloads of stone, and we're gonna need it. We may need more than that, but we're gonna take 2, and we've got some at the farm that we can use up too. So yeah, here's what it is, but I think that'll be nice. So this is square with the road, not with the house. The house sits on an angle, but the idea was that it gives us more room to get backed out of the garage without having to have a bump out or another square back here or something. And it should work fine. So we're gonna go there, and we're gonna go square corner here, square again with the road and the driveway and the field, although this is gonna be grass, but we're gonna have to put a bunch of fill dirt in here and slope this down. We'll get to that. And then from over here, I gotta figure out where we're gonna be exactly, but it might be back here where this flag is. We're gonna square across and then follow from the other side of the driveway, we'll follow the angle of the house, like where this stake is. You know, we'll go square with the driveway out to there, and then there'll be a little bit of an angle here to that. And that should work. And then someday, probably next year, we'll finish pouring the driveway and we can flare this corner and make it fit. But yeah, and most of it isn't too bad. It's just when you get to that last 10 feet or so that it really drops off there that we're going to need a bunch of fill. So actually it might not be as bad as I think, but I did not have to dig anything out to set that form. So yeah. Okay. We got some splices put on. We got that leveled up where we want it. I need to put some more stakes in. We're going to put more stakes in. But we're going to try and set this one here. Oh, it really drops off from right where we're standing. I mean, you can just see it and how much. So that form's going to be way up in the air. We're going to need long stakes. I don't have a lot of long stakes. That's part of my problem. But we'll figure it out. Random tree sitting in my driveway. All right, well, we got that other form up on the other side there. My wife came home and wanted in her driveway, so I told her you can come in one more time. That's it. I've got to get that trailer returned here tonight, so I'm going to go and do that. We're going to put this gooseneck that's got some lumber on it back in the barn, and we'll continue to work tomorrow. I don't know if it's actually going to rain or if this little spitting shower that we're getting now is all it's going to be, but we'll see. I was counting on it raining today. They said it was going to rain today. If it doesn't rain today, we may be farming on Thursday and have to put the concrete project on hold. We'll see. Can't see. Oh yeah, we're good. Well then. All right, we're back. Got that trailer delivered. There's how far we accomplished today. So next step is a bunch of fill. I think we got to get the fill in. We obviously can't complete our forms until we do that. We also are going to need some rebar, and yeah, but we got to get the grade right here, and I have to scoop a little bit out from right here, but for the most part it's just adding where we need it. So the goal is to be about a ½ inch up from the bottom of the form. I want to pour 5-inch concrete here. So anyway, that's it for me today. It still really hasn't rained today. I thought it was going to be raining. There's some out there, but nothing real heavy. I'm a little bit concerned that I started this project a little prematurely, because by Thursday we might have to be farming. So we'll see how it goes, but we're way wet right now. It's going to dry fast the next 3 days with sun and heat. So we'll just have to keep an eye on things. We are going to have to go and check some crops this week and keep an eye on everything else and not just work on this, but we got to get this ready for Thursday, which gives me plenty of time. I didn't want to do it for tomorrow or Wednesday because I didn't know if I'd be able to get it ready. So anyway, that's the plan for this week. Thanks for watching today. Oh, I do have something else to talk to you guys about. I just found out today, but we're going to do a spring planting 23 sale at Farm Focused. So if you need a Border View Farms hoodie, sweatshirt, or t-shirts, hats, kids shirts, that stuff is all available. farmfocus.com. Use the code SPRING23 for, I think it's 23% off. It's a big sale. So yeah, go check that stuff out. Now is a good time to go and get it, and that runs through, I believe, oh my goodness, the 15th of May. What are we doing here, sis? You crawling downstairs? That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Good night, everybody.